Have you ever wondered what made Galileo Galilei one of the most influential figures in the history of science, tick? In the heart of the 16th century, in the city of Pisa, Italy, a young Galileo Galilei was born into a world steeped in convention and tradition. But from an early age, Galileo showed signs of an unquenchable thirst for knowledge and an insatiable curiosity about the natural world. As a child, Galileo's imagination was captivated by the mysteries of the universe. His mind was like a sponge, absorbing every bit of information it could find. He was constantly asking questions, seeking answers, and challenging the status quo. His relentless curiosity would become the driving force behind his groundbreaking discoveries. Galileo's academic journey began at the University of Pisa, where he initially studied medicine. However, his interest in the physical world soon led him to change his focus to mathematics and natural philosophy. This shift marked the beginning of his lifelong pursuit of understanding the mysteries of the cosmos. Even in his early career, Galileo displayed a knack for challenging the accepted wisdom of his time. He wasn't content to simply accept what he was taught. He wanted to test and verify it for himself. This trait would later earn him both acclaim and infamy, as his scientific inquiries led him to question some of the most deeply held beliefs of his era. Galileo's early life and education set the stage for his later scientific achievements. They shaped his approach to inquiry and instilled in him a steadfast dedication to the pursuit of truth. This was a man who wouldn't be swayed by popular opinion or deterred by daunting challenges. He was a revolutionary, a maverick, a true genius. And so, as we turn the pages of history, we find ourselves at the dawn of a new era, an era shaped by the mind of a genius. Galileo's journey of discovery was only just beginning. Galileo, driven by curiosity, dared to question the established norms of science. In an era when the majority of people believed the Earth was the immovable center of the universe, Galileo took a leap into the unknown. His fascination with the celestial bodies was insatiable, and he yearned to uncover their mysteries. However, the tools available to him were simply not sufficient. So what did he do? He decided to construct his own telescope. Now, this was no ordinary feat. It required immense knowledge, skill, and, above all, a daring spirit. But Galileo was not one to be deterred by challenges. Fueled by his burning curiosity, he took to the task with vigor and determination. His efforts bore fruit. He crafted a telescope that was capable of magnifying objects up to 20 times their size, a remarkable achievement for the 17th century. With his new instrument in hand, Galileo turned his gaze towards the night sky, and what he saw was nothing short of revolutionary. He observed the moons of Jupiter, a discovery that defied the prevailing belief. Until then, every celestial body was thought to orbit the Earth. But Galileo's observations painted a different picture. He discovered 4 moons encircling Jupiter, not the Earth. This was groundbreaking. It was the first direct evidence that supported the heliocentric model, which suggested that the Earth and other planets revolved around the Sun. Galileo's discovery was a monumental leap for science. It challenged the geocentric model that had been widely accepted for centuries. Galileo's audacious spirit and relentless pursuit of knowledge led him to question the established norms, and in doing so, he opened up a new realm of possibilities for scientific exploration. He had dared to leap into the unknown, and in the process, he had unlocked a new understanding of our place in the universe. Galileo had unlocked a new understanding of our place in the universe. Armed with his telescope, Galileo set his sights on the brightest planet in our sky, Venus. He was about to embark on an astronomical journey that would further challenge the established beliefs of his time. Venus, being the second planet from the Sun, exhibits phases similar to our moon. Galileo discovered this intriguing phenomenon by observing the planet night after night. Through his telescope, he saw Venus transform from a full, bright disk to a slim, glowing crescent, and back again. These observations heralded a significant breakthrough in our understanding of the solar system. The phases of Venus were impossible to explain under the prevailing geocentric model, which proposed that all celestial bodies orbited the Earth. However, the heliocentric model, which suggested that the Earth and other planets orbited the Sun, could easily account for these phases. Galileo's observations of Venus provided strong evidence in favor of this sun-centered model. Galileo's findings were revolutionary, shaking the foundations of the accepted cosmological view. His observations of Venus supported the heliocentric model proposed by Copernicus, challenging the geocentric theory that had been widely accepted for over 1,000 years. This was a pivotal moment in the history of science. Galileo was suggesting a paradigm shift, a complete rethinking of the universe and our place within it. His findings implied that Earth was not the center of the universe, a notion that was deeply unsettling to many in the 17th century. Yet, Galileo was not deterred by the controversy. He was driven by his pursuit of truth, his determination to challenge established ideas, and his unwavering belief in the power of empirical observation. He knew that what he saw through his telescope was real, and he was committed to sharing these discoveries, regardless of the consequences. Galileo had once again challenged the status quo, but this time he was not met with applause. Galileo's discoveries threatened the authority of the Catholic Church, leading to a confrontation that would mark a turning point in his life. Galileo's heliocentric views, that the planets revolved around the sun, flew in the face of the Church's teachings that Earth was the center of the universe. This bold assertion was more than a scientific theory. It was a challenge to the Church's authority and its understanding of the cosmos. As Galileo's ideas began to spread, the Church grew increasingly concerned. In 1616, the Catholic Church officially declared heliocentrism to be heretical. Galileo was warned to abandon his support for this radical theory, but Galileo, ever the defiant thinker, refused to bow down to the pressure. His insubordination led to his trial by the Roman Inquisition in 1633. Galileo was accused of heresy, a charge that carried severe consequences. His defense was passionate and forthright, but ultimately Galileo was found vehemently suspect of heresy. He was forced to recant his heliocentric views and was sentenced to house arrest, where he would spend the last 8 years of his life. But here's where the story takes an inspiring turn. The walls of his residence may have confined Galileo's body, but they could not contain his expansive mind. Even under house arrest, he continued to write, to think, to dream. He conducted experiments on motion and penned discourses on 2 new sciences, further solidifying his legacy as a pioneering scientist. Despite the constraints, Galileo's spirit remained unbroken. His clash with the Church serves as a stark reminder of the struggle between scientific progress and religious orthodoxy. Galileo's story is not just about the persecution of a man, but the perseverance of ideas, the resilience of the human spirit, and the relentless pursuit of truth. Even under house arrest, Galileo's thirst for knowledge remained undeterred. Even in the face of adversity, his unyielding spirit refused to be silenced. His mind, a fortress of ideas, continued to explore the mysteries of the universe, undeterred by the physical limitations imposed upon him. During these years of confinement, Galileo turned his attention to the principles of motion and gravity. He contemplated the behavior of falling bodies, challenging the long-standing Aristotelian belief that heavier objects fall faster than lighter ones. Galileo proposed that, in the absence of air resistance, all objects would fall at the same rate, regardless of their weight. This was a revolutionary idea that contradicted centuries of accepted wisdom. In the quiet solitude of his confinement, Galileo also formulated the concept of inertia, the idea that an object in motion will stay in motion, and an object at rest will stay at rest, unless acted upon by an external force. This concept laid the groundwork for the first law of motion, later refined and formalized by Sir Isaac Newton. Galileo's study of motion and gravity was not confined to theory alone. He conducted numerous experiments, meticulously documenting his findings. His rigorous approach to scientific investigation established the importance of empirical evidence and laid the foundation for the scientific method. His work on motion and gravity was pioneering, setting the stage for the development of classical physics. His insights provided the key that unlocked a deeper understanding of the fundamental laws that govern our universe. Galileo's genius continued to shine, even in the face of adversity. His relentless pursuit of truth, his unwavering courage in the face of opposition, and his indefatigable spirit of inquiry have left an indelible mark on the annals of human knowledge. Even when shackled by the chains of persecution, Galileo's mind remained, in every sense, truly unstoppable. The story of Galileo Galilei is not just about his discoveries, but also about his unyielding pursuit of truth. The indomitable spirit of Galileo continues to echo through the corridors of time, reminding us of the power of relentless curiosity and the courage to challenge established norms. Galileo's work was revolutionary in its time, and it has had profound and lasting effects on the scientific world. His discoveries in astronomy, his development of the telescope, and his unwavering belief in the heliocentric model of the universe paved the way for future scientists and thinkers to question the status quo and push the boundaries of our understanding. Galileo's theories about motion and gravity were instrumental in laying the groundwork for Sir Isaac Newton's laws of motion and universal gravitation. Without Galileo's pioneering work, the trajectory of scientific discovery would have taken a very different path. But beyond his scientific discoveries, Galileo's enduring relevance lies in his spirit of inquiry and his willingness to stand up for his beliefs, even in the face of persecution. He taught us that truth is not determined by popular consensus or authority, but by careful observation and reasoned thinking. In a world where information is abundant and often contradictory, Galileo's legacy is a beacon of enlightenment, guiding us to question, to probe, and to seek the truth for ourselves. His life serves as a testament to the power of scientific inquiry and the human spirit's unquenchable thirst for knowledge. Today, when we look up at the night sky, we see not just stars and planets, but a universe full of mystery and wonder, waiting to be explored. We are reminded of Galileo's words: "All truths are easy to understand once they are discovered. The point is to discover them." Galileo's legacy continues to inspire us to question, to explore, and to discover. As we gaze into the cosmos, we continue our quest for knowledge, fueled by the same curiosity and determination that drove Galileo over 400 years ago. Galileo Galilei, a man ahead of his time, forever altered our understanding of the universe. Born in 16th century Italy, his insatiable curiosity led him to make groundbreaking observations about our cosmos. He challenged the status quo, revolutionizing the field of astronomy by supporting the heliocentric model of the universe. Through his handcrafted telescope, he unveiled the celestial secrets of Jupiter's moons and Venus's phases. However, his innovative ideas were not without consequence. Clashing with the Catholic Church, he faced accusations of heresy and spent his final years under house arrest. Yet, this did not extinguish his scientific spirit. Galileo continued to theorize, contributing to the foundations of Newtonian physics. We have walked through Galileo's life, marveling at his relentless pursuit of knowledge and his defiance against orthodoxy. His legacy continues to inspire us, reminding us that the universe is a vast place, waiting for you to explore. Thank you for joining us on this journey through Galileo's life. Remember, the universe is a vast place, waiting for you to explore. Until next time, keep questioning, keep exploring, and keep discovering.